Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Nostalgia here, and Once Human is a game that came out of nowhere for me. I did not see this one coming, mostly because I've been addicted to classic World of Warcraft, or vanilla World of Warcraft, rather. I've been playing on a server where all of the companions are AI controlled, and it's really fun. And I've been addicted to that, so this came around, and not for nothing, I don't really like free-to-play games, and I don't like the whole gacha system, and I don't, and as soon as I took a look at this, I said, that's probably not for me. It's one of those gets from NetEase. These guys have a bad history of mobile games that they'd bring online, they charge people out the nose for all this stuff, and then they shut them down. So I was not interested. And then I saw a video from Asman, and he was doing a review from Co-Carnage, and they're concerned about the whole fact that the seasons only last 6 to 9 weeks or something like that, and everything resets, and there's just all this doom and gloom around it. And again, I was like, that's not for me. I don't want to grind and I lose everything. Well, then I did a little bit of research because I was bored, as you do. And you don't really lose everything with the reset. It's still a little murky for me. I don't really understand all of the particulars. But I started to play the game, man, and I was amazed at the fact that I actually didn't hate it. I really enjoyed it. Because it's touching on a lot of the systems that I've liked for many years now. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing to say this, that... I did have fun with Fallout 76 for a while. I liked the building in that game. I liked doing all the different events. I was there pretty much from the jump. And I saw that there was some good in it. And slowly it got better. It's still not exactly what I want it to be, but I digress. This isn't about Fallout 76. But they took some of the elements from 76, like, having a camp and placing it anywhere in the world and all these different things. The open world feeling of running around and killing things. And they also touch on the Division 1 and 2. Defiance, if you guys remember that game, Defiance was another really awesome game that, at first it was great, but then it just kind of, I don't know, something happened with that game. It just didn't maintain, which is one of the things that, I'm concerned with Once Human. That's how it is with these games. They can be the flavor of the week and then they die the next day, which is why I typically don't ever take a look at them. But like I said, as soon as I started playing this, it's got the looter shooter elements that I love. It's got the open world. It's got the whole dungeon stuff and more. It's got the crafting. I love to craft. If you don't like survival and crafting, it's not that bad in this. You don't have to grind like you do in other games, but it's still there. It's something that I like to do. If you don't like it, it might not be for you. You can kind of ignore it for the most part and just do what a lot of people do and just place down a few platforms and put all your stuff on there and just transfer that around with you as you go through the different environments, the different biomes or whatnot. But yeah, it's I like to build bases. I like to make awesome houses with all sorts of stuff inside of it, and all the different currency. It kind of blew me away. I was looking at that like, oh man, why is there there's 8 or 9 or more different currencies, and there's all these different menus that you have to go into to collect everything. And at first it's kind of overwhelming, but after a while it turns into this system of, pull the lever, get the thing. And usually I hate that. But in this, because it's not egregious and they're not hammering you over the head with microtransactions, you only really have the cosmetic shop. For now, at the time of recording this in August of 2024, it's actually really fun to collect all these different rewards. It just gives me things to do. I don't have to do them, but I'm incentivized to do them. So if I go through and I realize, oh wow, I haven't checked on this tab in a day, I've got a ton of different rewards, that's just a good feeling. So I think the reason why they put all these different systems in there is because they know people like to just get all these different rewards. It hits those dopamine receptors, which is something this game does a lot, by the way. And I haven't even really gotten into the gameplay. It's more about the mechanics. But the gameplay is really fun. I enjoy the world. I like the enemies. They're weird and wacky. The first time I came across the Umbrella Lady, I thought it was awesome. There's this one enemy, Eddie. It's got balloons for heads, and you have to shoot the balloons that are glowing at the time to bring them. There's all these different cool bosses, and I'm only level 21 at the time of recording this. There's a lot more bosses in this than I've seen. But it just, I don't know, man. It came out of nowhere, and it feels refined. The combat feels good. The way that you run around and loot, this is what I wanted from Division 1 and 2. Well, Division 2 kind of delivered on that, but Division 1, I like the fact that you go around and collect all this stuff and you can immediately use it. You can break it down, And that lends into Fallout 4 as well. You know, you take all your junk and break it down and make stuff out of it. Fallout 76 as well. I like those mechanics. I like knowing that there's a bunch of stuff out there that I can just pick it up, bring it back to my base, and I can make, you know, things that are viable in my base or for my build or whatever. I like that. If you don't like that, this probably isn't going to be your game. If you're not the kind of person who likes to scoop up everything you see and you don't like looter shooters, then I'd probably avoid this. But if you like looter shooters, if you like to build, if you like all the different systems that reward you like constantly, they're just dropping goodies on you, then you're going to like Once Human. Now, it's yet to be seen what's going to happen with the wipe. I'm kind of worried about that. But for the most part, I'm having a blast with this game, man. And it's the shock of, like, the century for me. Because everything about this, from the outside looking in, is something that I don't like. But once I started to actually play it, I was amazed. I don't know, it's just got this uniqueness to it. I mean, yes, it's taking a lot of systems. I mean, basically every system that's in this game exists in another game, but it marries them together kind of the way that Blizzard would do. Like, Blizzard took something like EverQuest that was a little more inaccessible for the casual crowd, and they made it more accessible, and they made it just, I don't know, more fun, for lack of a better word. I'm speaking about EverQuest 1 here, not EQA. For the EQA fans in the room, I still really like EQA. But yeah, it took... Blizzard was really good at taking those things and just making them, I don't know, they take different modern systems and make them into something a little bit more fun. And that's what I feel like Once Human is doing. It's taking a little bit from everything, but it marries it together in its own unique way. And like I said, I don't know if it's because it's a Chinese developer, but the enemies are quirky and really fun. Every time I come across some of these things, it's like, what? I would have never thought about a guy with balloons for a head, or a lady with an umbrella for a head, or all these different designs, which are really awesome. Now, the cosmetics, you know, it's kind of annoying because you see some of the stuff in the shop and it's like, oh yeah, that would look really nice. And obviously it looks a lot better than the free stuff. It'd be nice if over time they could start to roll some of that stuff in. Give us some outfits that look a little cooler than what they do now for the free-to-play crowd. But I'm probably going to drop a little bit of money on this, I'm going to be honest, because I've been playing it a lot. And I've only got like 2 weeks to catch up with the rest of the season. I'm already almost halfway through the season board. So I think I'm playing it a little too much, but hey, you know, what are you going to do? I've got the time to do that, thankfully. And man, I've been having fun with it, and hopefully they don't mess it up in the future by over monetizing it. You know, they could bring some stuff out next month or the month after that, where, you know, if you want to use this currency or that currency, maybe you should spend a little bit of money. And it's yet to be proven whether or not they're gonna do that. But they've come out of the gate so far. You know, they said it wasn't going to be pay to win, and it's not pay to win. That, like I said, that might change. That might change, especially going to the next season, but hopefully not. And hopefully the next season doesn't completely spoil everything. You get to keep your blueprints, and I'm pretty sure even your house, you can make a blueprint out of that, and you can take that with you into the next season. So there's a lot of stuff you can take with you, and the reset has people kind of bugged out, but it seems like it's pretty mild for the most part. You're gonna have an incentive to go through and play the game probably on a harder mode as you go through, and you'll get your weaponry more quickly because you'll have your blueprints. So you'll hit the ground running. I don't think any of your quest progress is wiped or anything like that, but there's a lot of mystery and intrigue around how this game's going to unfold in the future, which is part of what interested me in the first place. But at this point, I want to hear from you guys down in the comment section below. What do you think about Once Human? Do you think I'm crazy for getting into it? Right now, it feels really good, man. But hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit that notification bell, blah, blah, blah. God bless. And look forward to seeing you all in the next video.